you know, recited what it has been listed in the paper, the items that the Imam have asked. Once the youth have heard of that, they rushed and collected everything and brought it to Al-Mufaddal. Mufaddal told the companions, the elders, told them, look at this. See the difference between you guys? Your Imam have requested something from you, but you did not provide. While those youth that you have been complaining that I'm not supposed to walk with them and associate with them, look what they have and prefer. You see the enthusiasm that the youth have and you guys don't have? And this message, brothers and sisters, applies to everyone, including this community, that we should take advantage of this great element in society that is called youth. This enthusiasm, this energy can go astray if we do not utilize it accordingly, if we do not utilize it in an appropriate way. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The last feature of the youth is the intellectual state. The intellectual state of brothers and sisters, due to their young age, it is not fully developed in the youth. Therefore, they feel voidness within themselves. They feel that they are still needing to clinch in any new idea. You're not afraid of a guy who's 30 or 40 or 50 years old that he will become deviant intellectually, that he will oppose God and the Prophet at mid-age. But the youth happens to it. Why? Because he feels that there is voidness, there is emptiness intellectually inside himself. Therefore, and second, he does not like to be told by his parents, by his family, what to believe in, what not to believe in. Therefore, he becomes receptive to any idea. To any idea, even if the idea is very dangerous, very backward, very stupid. But since it is new, and sometimes if it's appealing, have you seen those public orators? They use ornamented words, especially designed for the youth, and how they capture them. When you look at the idea, you see it's an empty idea. It's nothing. It's rubbish. But the style that the public orator puts and delivers to the youth, he captures them. Why? Because they tend to believe that this is a new idea. Once they believe that this is a new idea, they embrace it, no matter what. And brothers and sisters, this is very dangerous. At the same time, it's very useful too. It's like a double-edged sword. It can cut in either way. It can cut in your behalf if you take a good advantage of it, or wal'ayadu billah, God forbid, it can cut in the other way. When you look at the messages, the divine messages that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought to humanity through prophets, the first ones who have embraced it were the youth. The youth who would run to the Prophet and embrace his ideas. Take a look at Nuh alayhi salam. Take a look at Musa, Ibrahim, Isa alayhi salam. The disciples, they were all young people. While the elders, they're hesitant. They do not come forward to embrace the new idea. And here what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi says, أوصيكم بالشبان خيرا. Protect the young. Why? فإنهم أرق أفئدة. First of all, their hearts are still immaculate, clean, as opposed to an adult. The adult has seen everything, has experienced everything. Therefore, he doesn't get lured, doesn't get tricked by any idea. But the youth heart is very clean and immaculate, waiting to receive anything new. And the Imam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi says that my message, when I gave my message, فَحَالَفَنِ الشُّبَّانِ. The youth have embraced me. They became my ally. While the adults, the shuyukh, the elders, وَخَالَفَنِ الشُّيُوخ. The elders in society, they rejected me. They did not follow me. And when you look at the followers of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, you see most of them are young. Like Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Like Jafar ibn Abi Talib. Like Ammar ibn Yasir. Bilal al-Habashi. They were all young, in their 15, 16, 18 years old. Not that old. Therefore, they embraced the new ideas. People of Nuh, they were telling Nuh that we don't like to come to you, join you. Why? He would say, why don't you like to come and join me? He says, وَمَا نَرَاكَ اتَّبَعَكَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ هُمْ أَرَاذِلُنَا بَادِيَ الرَّأْيِ. What we see your followers are just those shallow-minded youth who have nothing to lose. They're not elders in society. Therefore, this is a great thing that the youth have good hearts. But the problem is that if you do not act on time, then they will embrace also bad ideas. Where did the communism come from? Where did fascism come from? Again, the same thing. It were the youth who felt void inside themselves. All of a sudden, once they saw a new idea, they captured, they embraced that idea. Therefore, the elders have to pay attention. At the same time that the youth have good and nice and immaculate heart, at the same time they need to be guided not to fall in the trap of those people who come and hunt them and unfortunately, take them in a deviant way. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The other topic, brothers and sisters, are the challenges that face the youth. What are the challenges? And especially those that we encounter them here in an environment that's so far away from our homeland, in a free environment, free society like the one that we live in. I cannot tell you all the challenges because this is going to be a long list and then I need to lecture you so many times. But I have made them very brief, brothers and sisters. And this is mostly universal for everyone. Number one, brothers and sisters, is the peer pressure. Is the other friends, other youth who influence your children, who influence your child. You see, the youth, the young adult, at a certain age, he follows the parents. He has no problem with that. But once he gets into doing certain habits, he would never listen to the parents. And then he starts doing certain habits that eventually will cause a negative or put a negative effect on him. Smoking, for example. Does the youth learn smoking from the parents? Do the parents give him cigarette and tell him, here, take one? Where does the youth get into the habit of smoking? From his peer. Where does he get into the habit of, God forbid, taking drugs or other deviant behavior? From where? From the peers. The peers who press him. The peers who show so much influence on him. Telling him, this is cool, this is nice. You need to show your masculinity by following this type of behavior. Therefore, here's the trap. It is the peers. And you see, brothers and sisters, the relationship, friendship, is something necessary. It's a necessity of life. We have three kinds of relationships. One, it is the one that is mandated on us, meaning that we had no choice, but it has been imposed on us.